Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah, and it's time to do my recap of the first round of the NFL playoffs 2023. And yeah, and my glasses broke today. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but of course I am missing a wing on the on my on my left side. Yeah, just broke and fell off. Oh yeah, but I did get my Georgia Bulldogs 2022 national champions hat today, so that's good. Uh, but anyway, so let's get into it. I wish we did have a lot of good games. We also had, you know, two blowouts. Yeah, started out with a blowout, ended with a blowout, but we did have four good games in between. So, anyways, let's start with the Seahawks and 49ers game. The Niners did beat the Seahawks 41-23. Um, Brock Purdy improves to 6-0 as a starter. So, yeah. And actually, the Seahawks were winning at halftime by 1 point, 17-16, and then the San Francisco scored touchdowns on each of their first three drives of the second half. So, anyway, yes, and Brock Purdy played the best game of his career. He had like 300 yards and like three touchdowns. So let's see. I think he didn't throw any interceptions. So and also they had both a 100-yard rusher. Christian McCaffrey over 100 rushing yards, and Debo Samuel over 100 receiving yards, including a 74-yard touchdown catch and run. So, but anyway, so I guess now so the Seahawks are eliminated. So now next we've got Chargers at Jaguars. And yes, the Chargers did blow a 27-0 lead. Yes, they were up 27-0. At one point, it was 27-7 at halftime. So the Chargers, yeah, they're like the West Coast Falcons. So but anyway, so then yes, in that first half, Trevor Lawrence did throw 4 interceptions. Anyway, so second half, like I said, Jacksonville did come back and win 31-30. So Trevor Lawrence 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So and I think that he's the first quarterback to throw 4 interceptions in a playoff game and still win the game. So, and he is also still undefeated on Saturdays. So. And but anyway, so now we move on. We've got the Dolphins and the Bills, and the Bills did win 34-31. Of course, this game ended up being a lot closer than th- than I thought it would be. I thought, I think we all thought that Buffalo was just going to destroy Miami, but that's not what happened. Even though Miami, without Teddy Bridgewater, they're down to their third string quarterback, Skylar Thompson, and they still almost won. So, I mean, yes, the Bills did jump out to a 17-0 lead, and I thought, this is it. Yeah, this game's gonna be over at halftime. But the Dolphins fought back, and they ended up tying the game with 33 seconds before halftime. And then, of course, the Bills did get a field goal right before halftime. So, but anyway, and then late in the game, yeah, the Dolphins did have a 4th and 1, but they got delayed games. That led to 4th and 6, and they ended up turning it over. So, so the Bills survive and advance, and the Dolphins are gone. So, anyways, how about move on? We got Giants and Vikings. Yes, and the Giants did beat the Vikings 31-24. Yes, I did have the Vikings making the Super Bowl, but obviously that's not going to happen. I know that was a dumb take, right? That was almost as bad as Desmond Howard's playoff picks. So for the college football playoff. So, but anyway, so yeah, the Vikings are like the Falcons of the North. So, which of course means no Super Bowl wins and some good seasons, but anyway, yeah, even back in like the 70s when they had Fran Tarkenton, they still couldn't get a ring. So, but anyway, that was back before they had an indoor stadium. So, but anyway, so the Giants did go on the road and beat the Vikings. Yes, this was our only, really our only, upset of the weekend here. So, but anyway, so they did sort of go, back and forth. Wasn't a whole lot of defense in this game. But anyway, and then and it did come down to a 4th and 8 for Minnesota. And then what does Kirk Cousins do? No, he throws. He throws a 3-yard pass on 4th and 8. That's just not good enough. I mean, you've got to when it's 4th and 8, you've got to throw it beyond the line to gain, right? You've got to try to throw it, past that first down line. So, but anyway, so yes, the Giants are going to be moving on. So, but anyway, so yes, and Daniel Jones has he's finally earned the respect of all Giants fans. So I mean, he was the leading rusher in this game. So he had like 17 carries for 78 yards. And he also had like 305 and 2 touchdowns. So through the air. So anyways, I would look at Ravens and Bengals. So again, I did not expect this game to be close because the Ravens, without Lamar Jackson, so still having to start Tyler Huntley. So and they still just like just like the Dolphins, yes, they still almost won. So anyway, and then so this was actually back to back, right? It was Ravens at Bengals to end the regular season, and again to start the playoffs. So yes, they did play each other in back-to-back weeks. I wonder if that's ever happened before. I'm not sure, but anyway, so the difference in the game ended up being that 98-yard fumble return by Sam Hubbard. Right, it was Tyler Huntley fumbled at the goal line trying to dive into the end zone, and then Sam Hubbard picked up the ball and took it back 98 yards for the touchdown. Yes. So yes, it was a big man touchdown. So that ended up being the difference in the game. If that play had gone the other way, if Huntley had scored, then the Ravens probably would have won. So and the score would be flipped. So but anyway, so it was an ugly win, but still a win. That's really all that matters in the playoffs. So anyways, now our last game, Cowboys at Tampa Bay Yucks. Yes, this was this was probably the last the last game for Tom Brady with the Bucks, hopefully. So but anyway, so the Cowboys absolutely humiliated Brady and the Bucks 31-14. It was funny. Yes, after they won their this crappy division, the worst division in the league with a losing record. So so now Brady will finish with a losing record for the first time in his career. He should have stayed retired. So 8-10. Look at that, and the Cowboys franchise passed Tom Brady in all-time playoff wins. So, but anyway, which was great. Right, it was 31-6 at one point. Right, garbage touchdown at the end. So remember that, Bucks fans. Tom Brady's last pass as a Buccaneer to get 8 yards to Cameron Brate. So remember that, because that's the last touchdown he's ever going to throw for you guys. So maybe in his career, I don't know. But anyway, so he's going to become a free agent. So he is not staying in Tampa. So yes, y'all are about to be no longer the Tampa Bay Yucks. Y'all are now back to being the the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and y'all are going to go back to sucking like y'all normally do. So but anyway, so I was gonna say, oh oh yes, and the Cowboys kicker, yeah, Brett Maher, yeah, he missed his first 4 extra points. Started out 0 for 4. Well, actually, he 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 had missed 5 in a row because he missed the kick on the last touchdown in the game before. So, but he did finally make one. Yes, he did finally make one on his 5th attempt. But I think that must be a record, right? I mean, 4 missed extra points in a game. I mean, that's got to be a record. So, yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. But anyway, yes, Dak did have a really good game. I mean, he was in the zone. It was like 25 33 for 300 something yards, 3 touchdowns. So, I mean, excuse me, 4 touchdowns. Yes, and he also had a rushing touchdown as well. So, but of course, we all know what's going to happen to the Cowboys next week. Of course, they're gonna do what they always do. So, but anyway, but I'm so glad that we don't have to see Brady um, anymore in these playoffs. So, but anyway, so thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.